When I came for the retreat in 2022, I was asthmatic. While I was meditating on what I would do if Jesus was here, it was like I broke into an encounter and I saw Jesus holding my hand. Stepped out of the room, I came back in, I tried to sniff, and I was fine. And I was not having an attack, nothing was happening to me. And I was like, what's going on here? Hello everyone, my name is Peace Aikioya and I just want to share with you my Battle Axe retreat experience. I joined Davidic Generation Church in 2021 and then obviously when Battle Axe retreat was going to happen in 2022 January, I just had to attend. I remember coming from home for Battle Axe retreat. I had booked a boat ride and I put my things in the trunk of the boat, of the car. Getting to church, I lighted and the trunk wasn't going to come, it wasn't opening. You know, the driver was really, he was shocked because it had never happened before where the trunk wasn't opening, and we tried everything that we could, it just was not opening. And you know, right there, I just knew like, okay, there's something that is going to happen to me in this retreat, and obviously it seems like there's like opposition where me attending the retreat was concerned. And we went to a Panebita's place, and we're able to, after much ado, you know, get the trunk opened, and I came for Battle Axe retreat. So when I came for Battle Axe retreat, I came with a lot of burdens in my heart as regards, you know, financial breakthrough, marital breakthrough, and you know, the likes. You know, so while Battle Axe retreat was going on, everything that I was doing was just get towards financial breakthrough, getting a job, you know, marital breakthrough and whatnot. However, in the course of the retreat, I was supposed to do one international interview. I was supposed to do an interview for an international company. My last interview, I did it and it went well. And then I got response back, and you know, it was that I was not accepted for the role. I was heartbroken. However, there was a day that, you know, during the course of the retreat, there was a day that we watched a video, and in the video, you know, it was a video of Pastor preaching somewhere else, Pastor Lawrence, or you're preaching somewhere else, where he was asking, like, you know, a couple of people, if God was here, if Jesus was here right now, what would you do? And you know, he was asking us that same question, and right there, you know, I became conscious, like, okay, Jesus, if he was here right now, which he is, you know, so the consciousness, let me just say, I just rose in consciousness, yes. And so I began to journey, you know, in meditation while that sermon was going on. I laid on the floor while I was meditating on what I would do if Jesus was here. It was like I broke into an encounter and I saw Jesus holding my hand. And he was holding my hand, and you know, it was a beautiful place that we were at. So while he held my hand, you know, Jesus said to me, he said, you have my spirit inside of you. You have my life inside of you, and you have my blood inside of you. And I said, yes, because I'm a child of God, so definitely your life is inside me. And he said, so because my life is inside of you, because my blood is inside of you, there cannot be any impurity on the inside of you. And I was like, okay, yes, that's actually true, because this is the blood of Jesus that we're talking about. This is the blood of Jesus, you know. So, and he said his blood will flush out every impurity that is on the inside of me, you know. So as he said that, I was like, obviously my eyes were closed, you know, while I was having this encounter. But for some reason, I opened some part of my eye and, you know, I saw on the floor something red on the floor. And I was wondering, what's this? You know, I was lying on the floor, what's this on the floor? And so I raised my head up to see what it was. And I saw that the thing that was on the floor was dropping, it was dripping. So I was trying to trace where the blood or where the red thing was coming from. And then I saw that it was my nose and blood was dripping out of my nose. It did not make sense to me. I'm like, this is blood. Where did this come from? And then the officials and the ushers, they came towards my area thinking, they were concerned because there was blood all over where I was. They thought maybe I hit my head or something. We finished the session that day. It was a night, and I went back to my hotel room. Getting to my hotel room, I slept. In the morning, I was about to step out. My friend, who was my roommate at the time, in the hotel for the retreat, had stepped out, and she forgot to spray insecticide in the room. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me help her. Normally, I would not spray insecticide. I didn't say that. As at this point, when I came for the retreat in 2022, I was asthmatic. Okay, so normally I would not spray insecticide because of the condition I was in that time. I was asthmatic. But because my friend had left the room and I didn't want her to come back, and it was going to be a case of her complaining of mosquitoes, I decided to pick up the repellent, the insecticide, and decided to spray the room. So I think I had like an handkerchief with me, and I was trying to just cover my nose so that the insecticide wouldn't get to my nose and I won't have another attack right there. But as I began to spray, I realized like, okay, I was perceiving the insecticide, but nothing was happening to me as it would normally happen to me if I spray insecticide. So I was wondering, at the point when I finished spraying, I stepped out of the room and I came back in. I tried to sniff and I was fine. Like, I was fine. I was not having an attack. Nothing was wrong with what was happening to me. And I was like, what's going on here? At that moment, I heard the Holy Spirit say to me, he said, I thought I told you that where the blood is, where my blood is, there can be no impurity. There can never be any impurity. You have been healed. And I was like, what? Ow. How did it did not just make sense. I kept on doing things, that normally would trigger an attack for me. And since January 2022 up till this day, what's today's date? Today is supposed to be 21st of February 2024. I've not had one single asthma episode. I'm just so grateful to God, because when I came for battle axe then, healing was the least, like it was not even on the list of what brought me to bar. It was not. I did not think that I needed to get healed from asthma, because I just resigned that this thing has come and it has come to stay. So getting healed from asthma was, my God, I cannot explain it to you. Having to operate or live life without being dependent on inhaler, without having to be dependent on drugs is such freedom. I can't explain it to you. I'm just so grateful to God for the healing that I got, at Battle Axe Retreat. I hope this testimony would encourage you, and I'm using this opportunity to invite you for Battle Axe Retreat. Trust me, your life would never remain the same. You would never remain the same.